All right, guys, here's where we stand. Yes, I just affirm or confirm that, yes, the tone wheel is actually on the axle. I will have to replace the axle and not the hub bearing for this problem. Guys, let me talk to you a little bit about being observant. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, yes, I could have went through with this job, guys, and put what parts gave me. I could have went through with it, put it on, just to find out that I still have the same problem. And then here goes the point finger games. Whose fault is? Whose fault is? Yes, I likely would have won because I put on what parts gave me. Now, as technicians, guys, we got to be a little bit more mature than that. And remember, guys, our image is on the line. Okay, like I say, I could have went through with this and simply blamed the parts department for giving me the wrong parts. And after further investigation, they would have found out that they gave me the wrong parts. But I installed it. At the end of the day, I installed it based off what they were saying. But because something wasn't sitting too well with me, as far as what exactly do this speed sensor reads, okay, you all know it sits in there and it's supposed to read whatever's turning, simulating how fast the wheel is spinning. Okay, the axle hub bearing do not do that. Everything on the outskirt of this hub bearing is stationary, guys, so it's not rotating. Only the inner portion of it is rotating. So you will not get a signal from an outside stationary part that's bolted onto here. So actually I just got through with a 10-minute argument with the parts department. 15 minutes later they come back and told me, yes, we got your axle coming. So this is what's causing that fault code. Tone wheel misreading, I forgot the number, but this is the problem, guys. I need an axle assembly because it is part of the axle. God, thank goodness I didn't put this all back together, put that hub bearing on, and go drive the car just to find out I got the same problem. So now I cut myself out a lot of work, unnecessary work. All right, this is all rusty. I don't want to take this out twice. So, guys, I guess the moral of the story is be observant of what you're doing. If something don't make sense or something don't look right, investigate amongst yourself. Okay, just stop what you're doing. Let me look down in here. Something don't look right. Okay, that hub bearing is not even. This is not even pointing on the hub bearing is not even going back that far. All right, so everybody has another level of. Everybody has brain cells in their head that something will register, and like I say, if it ain't right, go to an extra mile to get it right. All right. Now I'm waiting on the axle. Unfortunately, who pays for all this as far as time? The customer have to wait maybe another day because they don't have it in stock. I'm losing because I'm not getting paid any extra for doing any of this extra stuff. Extra, I mean, I have to take this off. In order to get that axle out, this suspension will have to come out this way. All right. Yes, I only charge for the hub bearing. All right. It's a little bit more extra work, but I likely will not get paid for that. But at the end of the day, the customer will get his car back fixed, and that's the end goal. All right, so this little thing can cause you all kinds of headache. Just so you know, I will be replacing the axle, not the hub bearing. In fact, I got to go turn this back in. All right, guys, I'm just getting here. I was just informed that, yes, my part was here. Ooh, they got me a CarQuest part. Okay, what we was concerned with was, yes, guys, there it is. All right, so the magnetic tone wheel that the ABS wheel speed sensor read is actually on the axle, not the hub bearing. All right, that was the discrepancy. That was the misinformation I was given. That's why this car is still here. Look like it just came off. I guess this was rusted, so over time, which begs the question, guys. We're gonna have some more. This car is all rusted out, so this we likely could have the same problem on the other side. Only thing, there is no fault codes. Now, let me point something out, guys. In order to remove this axle the proper way, you're supposed to lower the differential. Okay, I chose to go this route. And now you can go whichever route you feel comfortable with. But just so you know, the way the book says is to lower the axle and bring it out from within. Or bring it out from here. So you will not have to mess with this. But because this car is all rusted out, I'd rather take my chances with suspension parts. Plus, I was already there by being misled into doing the hub bearing. Now, one bad other thing coming out of this, I got to reuse this same old hub bearing. Now, it is not noisy or anything like that. It's just
ugly. And I really hate using hub bearings like that, but I got to get this car done and out of here. I got to remember how the brake go. Of course, it's fairly easy, but got to get her done, guys. I have my axle here with the tone wheel on it. So I'm not going to film how to install it. Like I say, I'm just going to place it in here, place my hub bearing back, and hook up all my attachments, suspension attachments, to hook my brake caliper back up. Then we're going to retest. I might fire the camera back up when we retest it, guys, because now, remember, guys, another shop replaced all of these and they just stopped. Okay, what do you do if it still don't work? You got to continue diagnosis, guys. You're not done just because you replace a part. Now, I don't know if they gave her money back, but their thing was, and we use OEM sensors. That's fine and dandy, but the sensor is not the problem, or it's not only the problem. He may, for all I know, he may have had 2 fault codes for speed sensor and this, or you won't get the other code until you repair the speed sensor. It could have been one of those cases where there's more steps to follow. So, but some guys some guys panic. Here go the tone reel or magnetic. So much magnetic that's putting out. That's why that code was set, guys. All right. So I got work to do, guys. Let me get to it. I'll see y'all in a second when I fire everything up and go TDC test drive chat. All right, stay tuned.
All right, guys, another setback, major setback. I'm kind of pissed at this setback here because I'm pissed at myself, and I'm pissed at not so much the parts department. Well, I guess I am pissed at the parts department. Anyway, I'm pissed. Guys, y'all know how hard it is to get this axle out, right? So I got the new axle. I didn't think. I wasn't thinking. There's the box. I wasn't thinking, when you got a new part, you ain't thinking nothing terrible. Well, anyway, I finally fought, bent, and twist to get the axle in and set up and get the brake. Look at that rusty thing. I had to fight with that, get it all back on, get everything together just to find out the freaking hub bearing would not spline on here. All right, see that? It just fall on there. You know why? Because the spline count is different from this. All right, and it's smaller, guys. Oh, I was pissed. You talking about pissed to the highest pistivity. Yes, again, I'm mad at myself because I could have merely pulled this out of the box and see if it's split or see if it connects. But yeah, all the way on, I'm still turning. Splines ain't even connecting, guys. So I went and got the new bearing that Ed brought me first. Same thing. So it's pretty simple, guys. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Here's the old axle. Y'all see how thick that is compared to this one? Y'all see the difference? Look how thick this spline is compared to this one. So yes, this is the old axle. Oh my goodness, man. Highly upset. So everything I just did have to be undone and redone. I gotta take all this back off. Yes, this look easy, but you're fighting with tension, okay? I mean, you're fighting with tension. I had a jack stand under here because I didn't know if this is gonna spring. I'm sure the shock will hold it, but I don't know if the shock's strong. So always think safety. Make safety your top priority, guys. I put a jack under there, then I let this fall back so I can get the axle out. Remember I told you earlier, the proper way to do this, well, according to the book, you're supposed to drop the axle, but this rust, I didn't want to chance that, so I got it out this way just to find out how to get it out this way again. Yeah, it's just a shaft. Small spline count and smaller spline thickness. It's not the same. It won't fit, so it won't work. Oh my God, guys, I'm about to shut this down because everything I got to do is simply a reversal of putting it, of taking it apart. So I'm for real this time. I'm done with this video and this freaking car. All right. I guess the moral of the story, guys, just check your parts out as much as you can without it being installed. Like I said, I could have verified this on the ground, but I didn't think to because it was a new part. Who thinks to check new parts? 20 years in the game, guys. 20 plus years in the games. By now I should know better, but I let this one slip by and it cost me more work. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna get paid for this again, but We'll see, guys. Thanks for watching.